What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Piglet here once again, and I'm back for some more of yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest for the Super Nintendo / Super Famicom for those who lived in Japan, and for the Game Boy Advance. So last time we have managed to accomplish every single part in Gloomy Gludge, like specifically finding every single bonus areas. In addition to that, we also managed to find every single of those DK Hero coins. So today, for this episode in particular, is the fact that we're going to be hit on to the 6th world, which appears to be K. Rool's Keep. So to begin with, we have Arctic Abyss. So in between the forms of this level, along with the later level coming up, is going to take place in the Ice Cavern. So either way though, and much like the forms of Donkey Kong Country, is the fact that the ice levels can be summed up as like, well, pretty slippery in general. So as a result, we need to come across into a lot of ice physics most of the time, especially noticeable how the fact that you weren't able to actually slip off for like nothing else. And by the way, there's a alternative pathway you can able to take by simply able to actually just utilize with the tossing ability, so that way you can able to actually not only get yourselves a whole bunch of bananas, but it's also the banana coin that you can only get. But because the reason why I went up there, because I just want to make things a little bit more safer in comparison to, you know, just trying to go down for the majority of the time. So yeah, for Arctic Abyss, is the fact that we actually going to be taking control of, once again, take control of Ungod the Swordfish, and I think we need to use him for the majority of the level, so either way though, we can at least expect it. And yeah, here's the first bonus area right here. We need to basically just do a little bit of a charge, and then when you've done the charge, then you can let go of the charge button, then you would be able to actually open up the first bonus area on this level. So yeah, all we need to do is just basically just collect how many stars, depending on how much stars you'd be collecting. So yeah, you get the idea for that point. And I'll get short to you about the fact that between the majority of the levels, well, specifically 5 levels in this world, each have contained 2 bonus areas except one, which we'll get to that whenever we get on to the very end of this world. So either way, yeah, not much else to talk about this, sadly, apart from the fact that today's day is the forms of the 14th of August today in 2020. So either way, there's not much else we can say about this here, apart from the fact that we're actually on the halfway point of, we're actually on the halfway point in the forms of August already. So either way though, we're clearly expecting with the forms of certain days managed to go by really, really fast. So anyway, let's go ahead and try this again. Thankfully we got ourselves a midway point right here, so at least we can able to keep ourselves tracking and going. So thankfully we don't have to worry about this too much, apart from the fact that we occasionally got hit most of the time anyway. So here's the hero coin right here, by simply able to once again just charge, and then, well, that's how you get to it. So kudos to that, I suppose. So either way though, these starfish enemies, I hate these enemies in this world specifically, because most of the time I always attempt to get hit by those things super easily, which either way, that can be pretty much noticeable when it comes to certain areas, such as like, well, mainly when it comes to this area right here, which, yeah, I accidentally got hit. So either way though, that sucks. But luckily we still managed to get ourselves a DK Hero coin, to say the least, but either way, that doesn't excuse the fact that I have to redo this entire ordeal all over again, which can be a little bit annoying, but that's just what the forms of trial and errors comes into play, you know, every now and then, especially noticeable when you get to the harder levels of the game. Then expect you to able to actually come across into ourselves a lot of, you know, dual die situations, even with, you know, some trial and error significance or something, so. But you know, you get the idea for that point, so anyways, let's be very careful around here without getting hit like that. And also, we need to keep an eye on with these puffed up fishes, as you can see right there, because the moment if it starts to go completely bubbly or anything like that, this means they're about to explode. And yeah, that can get pretty tricky most of the time. So anyways, let's do it. Charge. Whoa, that was close. I'm almost gonna get myself hit. Oh, wait a minute. Is he going away from me if I go near to him? Oh, what I thought so anyway. But anyway, let's just go ahead and just be very careful. And we need to go down here. And because of that... really? I didn't get extra life after doing so. Oh, that's really lame. So yeah, we ended up being forms within the second and the final bonus area on this level. So, and basically the majority of this bonus area is the fact that we have to simply just take down all kinds of Ziggies while at the same time just trying to destroy the actual treasure chest itself. And the more you do it, then you get yourself a Creme coin in the process. So, speaking of those Creme coins actually, it's the fact that we almost got them all right now. So, at least expecting we can only get ourselves about a few more left. So, yeah, we can't wait until whenever we see what happens if we try to use them on. So, but you know, that's as far as we can able to try to say about this here. And now let's move on to the next level, which is Windy Well. And if I recall correctly, this is the level where it gives me a little bit of a troublesome, especially noticeable whenever I manage to play this on my own time on the Game Boy Advance version. But either way, let's see what happens here during the forms of the Super Nintendo version. So either way though, we'll find out and see what happens in during the forms of this run. So yeah, the main emphasis on this stage is the fact that much like the forms of you know, the Ghostly Glade level from the likes of the Fifth World, it's pretty much exactly the same deal. Like, you're gonna have to deal with the wind, except a noticeable difference this time is the fact that rather than dealing with the wind horizontally, instead that you have to deal with the wind that decides to blow vertical, which even then though, it only just takes you up. So, and yeah, every now and then though is the fact that you can able to also just try to slow down yourself by simply able to press the directional pad down if you really want to don't increase it upwards. So here's the first bonus area right here by simply able to dodge that zinger right here, and here we can able to actually just to take down all sorts of dragonfly type enemies, which again I don't know exactly what their names are specifically, just because either way though I'm just mainly trying to focus on something. So now we got 64 of those Creme coins, and I think we've only got about 11 left until we're able to actually just to gather them all. So even then we could at least expecting so. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue things onwards, and hopefully we need to be very super cautious with this and get a checkpoint in case if we're about to screw up at certain points. So yeah, I can mostly see about this thing. It's hard to explain about this sometimes, I will have to admit the right away, folks. And I do apologize with the actual, the commentary itself feels a little bit too, how do I describe it, tacked on at points? Oh, wait a minute. I keep thinking of the different version! that was totally my fault. I think I keep on visualizing the Game Boy Advance version for quite some time now. But, generally speaking, that's a bottomless pit right down there, so whoops. I have no idea why, folks. I just have no idea. I keep on saying about the fact that I keep on, you know, getting used to with the Game Boy Advance version a lot. So I think that's what the actual main emphasis on is every now and then. So okay, so here's where things get really tricky, especially you have to be extremely dead on with the actual timing with the wind and everything like that, and dodge this very annoying enemy, and also just trying to able to speed it up a little bit while simply dodge that projectile. So, and before you continue, go down here and you can get yourselves the hero coin. Now, presuming we've already got about 11 of these things left, or specifically 11 of those video game hero coins left, because either way, we'll discuss more about it until likely on next Monday, and well, specifically for the majority of next week, because as far as I'm aware, that we're basically almost towards the end of Donkey Kong Country 2 for the sake of this time right now, so we can at least expect that. But it wasn't until when we get on to 2021, we can able to actually just to take on Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, until likely next year. I don't know about any other Donkey Kong games that we like to tackle through in new forms of Let's Plays department, specifically, although I really love to be able to deal with, or try to tackle through Donkey Kong 64 in the future, because that was a part of the candidates to the forms of the Country series or something. So either way though, at least in terms of, you know, the main things itself, so even then though, I have no idea why I just paused it right here, That's only because, well, usually relatively speaking, I just have no idea, I'm just trying to pulse through here. So anyways, here's the last bonus area. We need to take on that particular crocker right here until whenever we're able to toss the barrel right over to that very annoying enemy. And then as a result, if you try to go underneath the goal, then this will give us a bonus area. So basically we just have to once again collect these stars, and well, that's pretty much about it. So naturally speaking, in Windy Well level, it only contains 2 bonus areas specifically. So either way though, and there's nothing we can get rewarding after that, so whatever. So anyways, let's go and save a game on Con College, and let's see how much progression we actually on so far. We've done 72%, so naturally speaking, we've only got about, I would classify for saying, 30% left. So either way though, let's move on to Castle Crush. Not to be confused as Castle Crushers for most other platforms every now and then. Even though, despite the fact I'm not a big fan of Castle Crushers to begin with, I have to be brutally honest to you guys. I know most people seem to love it, but for whatever reason I don't. Because, well, for one noticeable thing, I just find that game to be incredibly repetitive at times. Most notably with, due to the isometric view, and especially noticeable with depth perception and stuff like that, and most of the time I just keep on like messing things up at one point, which either way, thankfully I don't have to get the game or anything like that, because usually relatively speaking I don't enjoy the game that much, just because, well, don't get me wrong, I did find the game to be okay. Not the best thing I've ever played, but either way though, it's just a matter of the fact that with depth perception errors and all that stuff. But that's just me anyway. I know everyone has his own different opinions, but I sure do have mine as well. But either way, I just want to classify for that. So right from the start though, as you can see right there, we actually did manage to get ourselves Ramby right here. And the perfect example of why that we need Ramby for the majority of the beginning portion of this level. And that's because this level also contains 2 bonus areas, which, well, to be more specifically, one we need to obviously get Ramby, and as soon as we reach to this point, right here, you know, with the arrows with the banana signs right here, just charge, then bust out the wall, and you should be able to get actually access to the, what else? The bonus area itself. So basically we need to, well, take down all the enemies basically in during time. So either way though, not too complicated, not too difficult either, so even then though, especially noticeable if you have Ramby with you, then, you know, he'll become unstoppable when it comes to like, you know, just trying to able to charge onto enemies and stuff. So yeah, that's all I can really think about it. Now I think we've already got about 9 more Creme coins left until we're able to actually gather them all, until we can able to actually decide to use them, until whenever we get onto the finale portion of the actual Let's Play itself. So either way though, we can at least expect that. So anyways, oh boy, this is where it gets really tricky, especially noticeable whenever I managed to first time play this on the Game Boy Advance version. I just seriously die a lot in that for the sake of this section, which appears to be, we have a whole groups of those really annoying enemies to me though, which appears to be, well, these are called Spinies, as far as I like to call them that, because that's what their names were, but even then though, they're technically more like hedgehogs or anything like that. No offense, Sonic, but either way though, we'll just gonna have to leave to that. So anyways, let's move on to the next portion of the level, and the reason why we're going to be having Skorks the Parrot right here, because if we go down here, then obviously it's pretty obvious we can get ourselves a glorious hero coin. So, yeah, kudos to that. Stupid program glitches on my computer. Sorry about that, folks, I just have no idea why. I just had you know, virus issues during any forms of Corona updates or anything like that. I'm trying to able to close it down, but most of the time it just takes a while. But anyway, as soon as you're able to reach for that no animal sign right here, then you do realize that Skorks the Parrot managed to transform into himself the TNT barrel, and what you can do with the TNT barrel, well, as you can see on screen, we actually access to the bonus area, and you have to simply approach to the left, and that's how you get to it. So yeah, that's all I can really say about this here. And now we just need to mainly focusing on the actual level itself, which, it won't be so bad as long as about the fact that with these enemies in mind, specifically clamp traps and especially spinies, as you can see, sometimes though I always tend to have a lot of trouble with those spinies and stuff like that, which either way though, that's really doubtful anyway, so. Alright, so let's go ahead and, oh jeez. Alright, just trying to dodge him, and I think for the most part we're actually doing pretty okay for the most part. Oh gosh, neckies. A whole groups of neckies. Okay, whew. That was actually pretty close for that regard, but hey. Alright, so just need to be very careful of those whole groups of zingers here. And dang it, I just got cornered. Thankfully, if you get hit, it doesn't matter if you either the animal body or even especially noticeable if you lose your Kong member or anything like that. Basically, that the actual thing itself will able to just well, you know, just trying to pause for a moment and then just let the platform decide to stop for a little bit. Oh god, this part right here. Okay. Just need to carefully try to... Okay, there we go. Whew. That was actually pretty close, and we're not done yet because there's a whole group of spinies, and also same applies to those, you know, the zingers here. And thankfully, those zingers automatically died every time they touched the ground. So thankfully, they're at least able to actually just do all that stuff. Okay. Okay. Please tell me this is the end, because I just really want to get this level done before insanity happens. So, although that's actually the optional path you can take, but I'm not going to risk it too much, and there's no reward for doing so for me. Oh well, beggars selves can be choosers, I suppose, but hey, at least we did master 100% everything on that level though, so yeah, that's all I can really say about it here. But you know, let's move on to the next level, which is Clapper's Cavern. And this is the final time we're going to be seeing Clapper the Seal, and because of that though, the actual main emphasis remains the same as the forms of how it does it in Lava Lagoon, except rather than doing with the hot water or anything like that, instead, Clapper the Seal can able to have the ability to able to freeze the entire water with the forms of ice drops or something like that. So once that's been happening, then basically you can able to walk on ice. So, and every once in a while there's going to be a lot of zingers that you have to like run and slide before you're able to actually just to dodge them. So, and once again we meet up with Ungod the Swordfish here. So either way though, to be expected at this point. So that just makes the entire excuse me, that makes the entire level like this seems to be a little bit easier for ourselves, apart from, you know, too much enemies to worry about. So anyways, let's go ahead and charge through here, and right off the bat though, there's the first bonus area right here. By simply able to just charge onto that wall, and then basically all we need to do is just basically just keep on dashing, and that's all you really have to do here, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and... Oh, jeez. Alright. At least we made it to the Creme Coin at least, so either way though, we can at least expect that, so... Alright, so let's go ahead and continue things on here, and we need to be very careful around here, and thankfully we got a midway point right here, and hopefully we won't be having that much troubles with, especially with this, this tougher enemy right here, and these stupid spiny enemies that I always intend to... Whoa, that was close. I'm almost gonna get myself a little bit more screwed over by these knockback occurrence, but hey, luckily for me, I did manage to able to survive for that, so thank the Lord for that. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue, and jump over for those whole groups of zingies here, and let's go ahead and get something rewarding while doing so. Oh, wait a minute, I just realized about something. I accidentally just missed out on that. Not only the hero coin, but also I accidentally missed the another bonus area, because as far as I've noticed, this level contains 2 bonus areas and stuff like that, just like the previous level. So we'll hit back in here. Luckily though, it's not that far, so basically we need to do a bit of a tossing moment, and then basically dodge those whole groups of spinies here, including the clamp trap, and then that way we're able to make it to, what else? The bonus area itself. So it's not too far and not too complicated to able to find around here, despite I accidentally just ignored that on my first attempt on this level, so... But anyways, let's get ourselves a Creme coin, and to top it off, there's going to be a Hero coin right next to it. So even now we have to do the same thing, and there we go. The Hero coin has been obtained, and let's go ahead and leave, and the actual progression has been saved. So, Chain Link Chamber. Probably to me though, one of the trickiest levels of the game. Because as you can see, we need to do a lot of climbing involved. And to top it all off, however though, I'm presuming this level also contains 2 bonus areas throughout. In fact, this will be the last level to able to actually feature just 2 bonus areas, because for the majority towards the end of the game, we can expect we can only come across into 1 bonus area until likely the next level after this. So, oh yeah, something's worth mentioning also in terms of the actual level variety. The GBA version, well, specifically Windy Well, Castle Crush, and Clapper's Cavern. The Game Boy Advance version does manage to able to get ourselves a different level order, like specifically in the Super Nintendo version, in this case the original version of Donkey Kong Country 2, after when you're completely done with Arctic Abyss, then after that you'll be moving on to Windy Well, and then after that it will be Castle Crush and stuff like that. And after that it was Clapper's Cavern, and then on the Game Boy Advance version it's completely opposite, because rather than dealing with Windy Well after Arctic Abyss, so before that you're able to get onto Castle Crush, and after that, before that it was Clapper's Cavern, and before that it was Windy Well. So that was the only major difference between the level order in between the Super Nintendo version as well as the Game Boy Advance versions in particular. So I just want to classify that for some considerable reasons. So anyways, here's the bonus area right here. The first bonus area on this level is the fact that, much like before, we need to just carry that cannonball into the canyon, and then basically that's how you get to it. So either way though, that's what I can really say about it here. So either way though, and just try to dodge a lot of those zingers while trying to able to climb for those chains, and hopefully you should be able to be safe for the most part. So alright, so let's go ahead and be very careful around here, so we really can't afford to able to get hit at all. And in fact, kind of thing about it, we're pretty much almost nearly towards the end of this world. And kind of thing about it though is the fact that we're actually breezing for this quite well actually, despite with all these trial and error situations. So I just realized there's actually 2 O's. It doesn't matter what size you're going on to. But either way though, it could be weird if you manage to able to obtain 2 rows during on that exact same segment worth noting for. Dang it. Hopefully we can get ourselves a midway point, which I'm sure enough we will can. So either way, we just have to go to the left and just trying to dodge a lot of those zingers and get a midway point like so. So now we need to go ahead and just continue things on for this point, and if I recall correctly, oh yeah, before we get onto that, let's go ahead and get Dixie Kong before our, just trying to able to actually just take ourselves a little bit more safer from here. And trying to dodge a lot of these neckies here, and well, luckily for me I can able to just jump off the actual chain and then just simply just do it from here. So even now that's the only thing I always attempt to. Whoa, jeez, I'm just gonna get myself a little bit more thrown off in terms of just trying to deal with the actual random pattern for those groups of zingers here, plus with this annoying enemy right here down below. And let's go and continue, and this one gets pretty tricky. And I think the hero coin, if you see that banana over there, hop onto here right next to the end, then you get yourselves a hero coin. So yeah, that's what I can really come across into for that point. So okay, this needs to be... Oh, really? I didn't go fast enough. Darn you, cannons. I think that's what the enemies are, specifically for the sake of this point right here. But luckily we got a midway point, or a checkpoint, whatever you want to call it. Plus, we already got ourselves a DK hero coin, so thankfully at least we managed to still save that up. So, thankfully that should be the case for the most part though, so yeah. Okay, something's worth mentioning. After we're able to actually go through, like, if we get to the finale portion of this Let's Play, that also means is the fact that our lives will able to actually start to reset. So even then, I'm pretty sure same applies to those banana coins you're gonna be collecting, which I think they'll be also reset. So I could assure you about the fact that it could be a little bit of a well, in most tricky scenarios like that. So either way though, let's go ahead and be very careful right here. And hopefully we should be able to pass this part this time. And conveniently enough, once we pass through here, then just go to the... Oh jeez. Okay. Whew. That was actually pretty close right there. Hop on here into the invisible wall. And hopefully we need to roll attack into these cannons. And this way, it'll give us the bonus area. So either way though, we have to do the same thing from here, but we need to be fast on this bonus area, because either way, if we don't be fast enough, and if you keep on falling off, then otherwise you will be wasting time. So yeah, it's gonna have to do a lot of button faster typing reflexes and stuff like that. So 71 of those Grem coins that we have got so far. So yeah, not too bad though, not too shabby either. So now let's go ahead and continue things on for this point right here. Well, simply we need to dodge whole groups of zingers right here, so we could be a little bit more faster. So I think the ending portion will be kind of tricky and difficult. Okay, come on, come on. I don't think I can make it. Nope, I didn't make it. Especially in Diddy's case. But thankfully, after we... Oh, don't you ever dare. Okay, phew. That was pretty close right here. After we go past for these whole groups of neckies here, go to the left, and then hopefully we would be able to... Oh god. Anyway, in here we can able to finish the level. So what's in here? Just a G. So whatever. We'll end off the level, and well, convenient enough, yeah. So that's pretty much about it when it comes to this particular level itself. And let's go ahead and move on to the next level, which is... I think I more consider this to be one of the hardest levels in the game so far, and that is Toxic Tower. And this level is going to takes place in the, once again, some sort of like a castle kind of environment. And the actual main emphasis on this level... Oh, really? Stupid Clamtrap. Anyway, the entire emphasis on this stage is the fact that I'm pretty sure you can able to take control of those two animal buddies for the sake of this stage. And basically all we need to do in this stage is the fact that we need to go, you know, just keep on going up. And then the more you go up, then the actual thing itself will be safer, right? Well, excuse me, I really do apologize for that, the belchiness at this point, folks. Anyways, if you go down here, the hero coin. So yeah, as you can see right there, that the actual green toxic water is actually starting to rise, and the actual main emphasis on this is that, as I mentioned this before, we need to keep on going upwards, because if you somehow go all the way down, then otherwise you won't be able to actually just, not only just trying to able to start all over again for the majority of the level, unless before the checkpoint happens, but it's also the fact that if you somehow go way too deeper, along with the actual toxic water, you will die a lot. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. So in this first part, we need to deal with the forms of Rattly the rattlesnake, as you can see. And the second part, we need to just take control of Skorks the parrot. And basically, we just have to deal with all these zingers right here, which it won't be that hard. At least I'm assuming so anyway. And, thankfully, this stage actually contains only one bonus area, so at least we don't have to worry about multitudes of those bonus areas we can find. So because of that, though, we are basically done with fighting two bonus areas kind of type levels. So it's all just a matter of the forms of likely trying to find just only one bonus area in particular. So whilst whenever we get on to dang it, I was a little bit too hasty right there. So. Oh well, at least we got ourselves a midway point, or in this case a checkpoint, plus we already got ourselves the glorious DK hero coin, so we don't have to worry about that. So unless if we get a game over, then we have to restart everything for our progression, so that won't be that fun, especially noticeable if you really refuse to able to get a game over like this. So nonetheless, if I play this on the Virtual Console on my Nintendo Wii version, oh man, without any like some sort of like, well, it's hard to explain about it sometimes, I gotta have to say, because usually, relatively speaking, that's all I can really say. Okay, so need to be very careful around here. I'm just able to avoid a lot of those red zingers right here, and hopefully, after dealing with all sorts of those zingers, then we would be able to move on to the final part of this level, and that would appear to be, well, after we deal with this lot, and we should be able to approach onto Squitter the Spider right here. And the only reason being for that, well, if you're trying to take down that zinger right here, while at the same time there's a visible wall that leads us to, what else? The forms of the bonus area. So either way though, and basically we just have to keep on creating a lot of those spider webs as platforms basically. So either way though, let's go ahead and deal with all that. And hopefully we would be able to actually just, well, get ourselves a Creme coin in the process. So hopefully we're almost there for this point right now, so... Alright, let's go ahead and... Alright. And there we go! Luckily, if you do manage to accomplish that, well, it automatically takes you all the way up, and then from here, just get to the goal, and that's it! That's the end of Toxic Tower. Oh, something's worth mentioning also is the fact that the next level coming up, which is Stronghold Showdown, unlike the Game Boy Advance version, where basically in the Game Boy Advance version you do have an extra boss battle, which is called Kuro Zin. But in this version in particular, well, if we dive right in, well, as you can see, I'm pretty sure this is automated, so you don't have to press anything. But in this version, there isn't any boss, so we just managed to see Donkey Kong, but somehow he just got carried away by who? Oh, wait a minute, it's Captain K. Rool, isn't it? And after all that stuff, though, you get yourselves a freebie Creme coin in the process, too. So, something's worth mentioning, but either way, though, that's pretty much about it. So, again, a very simple, easy level. It's just like it's automated too, so either way. Yeah, I guess we'll end things off at this point right there. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. Here's the fact that we're going to be moving on to the final world in the game, the Flying Croc. So see you guys on Monday. Later, fellas.